with forging our nation's leaders. Founded on sturdy ideals that have stood for centuries. 125 years ago, on the bluffs at West Point, teams from these two schools met for a football game. Army and Navy. What began as a weekend diversion, a contest for bragging rights, in time became something much more. To the nation and to everyone who's ever worn this uniform. This field is where they play, knowing that the real battlefield awaits when they hang up their cleats. It's how it's always been, from the legends of the past to the heroes of today. Since that first kickoff, the world has changed in ways we couldn't have imagined. But this game, it stands alone. For the past, for today, forever. Timeless.
And so they meet again for the 116th time. Army, Navy, presented by USAA. We welcome you to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Army Black Knights take on the Midshipmen of the Naval Academy. Also timeless in this rivalry, the presentation of colors and the invocation. And for more, let's introduce you to the public address announcer, Dan Baker.
For nearly a century, it has been USAA's mission to serve the unique financial needs of the military community. Thank you to all the men and women who made the choice to protect our nation. As Army and Navy take the field today, we are honored to share in this tradition and all that it represents. On behalf of the 28,000 employees here at USAA, enjoy the game.
I'm trying to step off.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation led by Chaplain Matthew Pawlikowski from the United States Military Academy. Then, please remain standing for our national anthem as sung by the United States Military and United States Naval Academy Glee Clubs.
Gathered on this gridiron, we are grateful for such rough and rugged souls as these cadets and midshipmen, strong in spirit and in sinew. We are especially mindful of our first-class cadets and midshipmen, bristling on the brink of becoming soldiers, sailors, Marines, ready today to happily visit violence on each other, and if need be, someday, sometime soon, on the enemies of the world. So that our citizens, our allies' citizens, indeed the sane citizens of all countries, can sleep safe and sound in peace. For those of us who have fought, who can fight, who will fight our country's wars, pray for peace more than those who have never served can ever know, for we willingly face the horrors from which others are thankfully spared. But if peace on earth be not granted us in this season of our lives, then we pray, Almighty God, that on these fields of friendly strife be sown the seeds that on other fields, on other days, will bear the fruits of victory. Amen.
college football on CBS. The Army-Navy game presented by USAA is sponsored by Nissan, America's Navy, Budweiser, and by USAA. We welcome all of you back to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Moments ago in the Navy locker room, here's head coach Ken Niumatalolo.
This is my 18th game. I went to team before Skelly. It's all right to be nervous, man. We'll be all right. But listen to this. Guys, we have no excuses. We're as healthy as we've ever been all year. All year. And we've never had weather like this. Never. Let's get after these freaking guys. Let's get ready. Let's go! Let's get ready to get after these guys.
I would like to introduce Secretary
Ken Niumatalolo, undefeated as a head coach. He mentioned 18 years. The previous 7 years or 11 years, he was an assistant at the Naval Academy. And here come the Midshipmen of Navy. Accompanied by the F-18s. And right behind them, the cadets of West Point, the Army Black Knights. Here are the Apaches. And moments ago, at midfield, the honorary coin toss. Secretary of Defense Ashton Carter with the honors. Army won the toss. They have deferred. Navy will get the ball. And Secretary of Defense Carter is with Allie LaForce.
Secretary Carter, as you stand here after witnessing these young men take the field in one of the most celebrated games in all of sports, you saw the flyover. What emotions does this evoke out of you as our Secretary of Defense?
Incredible pride. They're on two different teams today, but from now on they'll be officers on one team. Team America, finest fighting force the world has ever known. They make us so proud, and they make us safe and leave a better world for their children.
With everything going on in this country right now, the military is more important than ever before. How does this game touch the lives of all of the military personnel around this world right now?
Well, I'll be over visiting some of our folks who are overseas now, and I'd ask everybody who's watching, as everybody in this stadium knows, take a moment in this holiday season. Remember those who can't be with us here with their families for this holiday, because they're out there protecting us. There are many, many, many of them, and we're so grateful, and I am so proud of them.
It's a wonderful message, and we appreciate your time and all that you do.
Appreciate you being here. Thanks.
Vern.
Allie, thank you, and Gary and I add our thoughts to those of the secretaries. Well, hi, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Gary Danielson. This is the 7th time that we've witnessed this game. We've never seen Army win. It's the 13th game, the 14th game in which Army tries to solve this streak.
I think we've opened up each broadcast saying, how can Army end this streak? And we've always said, does it bother them? Yeah, can you imagine losing to your brother? This is a brotherhood out here. 13 straight years, going to bed with him 13 straight years and saying he's beat me. It's been a factor in the game. I think Army's played a little tight in this game.
Well, if indeed Army is to win and they are decided underdogs here, how do they go about it?
Well, I think they need to slow it down on offense. Less possessions help them. Number 2, turnovers have hurt them in this game. And then they got to find a way to score. In the last 3 games, Vern, they've only scored 2 total touchdowns. You can't win if you can't score.
Let's talk about quarterbacks and scoring. We are witnessing today the beginning of one career at quarterback and the ending of another.
And what a career it has been for Keenan Reynolds. It's almost impossible to summarize. Vern, we were there with him when this career started in Dublin. And now we're going to be here in his second to last game. He will obviously finish it in the bowl game in Annapolis. He has represented his family, himself, his teammates, his school, and his country. It's impossible to really summarize how good of a football player he's been on and off the field. And we're going to have another one starting his career, Chris Carter for Army. We believe Army is excited about Chris Carter. He had his first game, and they start talking about him the way we remember Navy talking about Keenan Reynolds 4 years ago. They're going to need it. They're going to need some type of matchup at quarterback.
Well, we mentioned a few moments ago, this is the 116th meeting between these two, the first in West Point in 1890. Game has been played in 10 different cities. You may have noticed a few folks in shirt sleeves. The weather this afternoon is ridiculous. 68 degrees in mid-December in Philadelphia, PA. Settle back. This is a great afternoon. Daniel Grochowski will kick off. Dyson Romine is the deep man, and the game is underway. Line drive boot, and touchback. And let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, and coming on, we always wait for that, Keenan Reynolds.
He carries the ball 2 out of every 3 times Navy runs the ball this season. He's had 1 interception the whole year throwing the ball. The last game he played, he threw for over 300 yards. Where do you start if you're Army?
Quick flip out to the left side. It's caught by Jameer Tillman. And let's introduce you to the remainder of the Navy offense. Gaston E.K. Benz. Look at the seniors. This is his 3rd year as a starter. And Chris Swain will be a recipient of handoffs all afternoon when Reynolds doesn't keep the ball. That's Swain, number 37.
Oh, yeah, and he calls a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage, too.
There's the handoff to Swain. Bowls his way across the 41. Tackle made by Alex Ackerman, number 21.
If I was going to add a 4th phase that Army needs to do in this football game is to control the fullback. Yes, Keenan is the man, but if they get the fullback being able to go left-handed and right-handed, meaning fullback and quarterback, I don't know if Army's got enough defense.
First down 10 on the swing carry.
By the way, in the last 3 years, that's the first time Navy has started off the game with a first down. They've gone 3 and out 3 straight years.
Here's Swain. And introduce you to the Army defensive unit. Smith, Atamalala, Andrew King, middle linebacker, and Jeremy Timpf, who had 15 tackles in this game a year ago. And Jeff Monken, in his 2nd year as the head coach, began his coaching career with Paul Johnson, the father of this, not the father of the triple option, but the major proponent, along with Air Force. Here's Jameer Tillman. Just a quick footnote on the 2 passes now that have been complete. Coming into this game, Keenan Reynolds needed 36 passing yards to go over 1,000 yards passing, in addition to his 1,000 yards rushing, and he would have accomplished that for the second time in his career.
If you want to have fun and you want to know how many records Keenan Reynolds has, download the stats for Navy. It'll take you a while to read through it.
3rd down 2. Quentin Ezell is in at running back. He's the fullback, number 32. Pitch, slip, 4th down. Dyson Romine tried to get around the corner, and Jeremy Timpf made sure he did not.
Well, Jeff Monken decided to defer to the second half. He challenged his defense. Yes, Navy got a first down, but it was defended well. Jeremy Timpf, this Army team is comfortable against this offense. We saw it a year ago. They were very comfortable handling it. And remember the first punt a year ago, blocked.
That's right. Led to a 7-0 lead. Alex Barta is the punter. Number 80, Edgar Poe, number 82, is back to return. Poe backs up to the 10. Looks for help. Oh, he got a heck of a block. And there are no flags. Here's Poe. Gets another block. All the way to the 40. My gracious.
I have to tell you, Vern, when Poe fielded it and retreated towards the goal line, I went, uh-oh, he's not the fastest guy I've ever seen, but it was so well blocked. I mean, one right after another.
Well, the key freeing block was Kalen Holt, number 42.
Last year they started out with a block punt. This year, a punt return. Wow, oh wow.
50-yard punt return will have you jumping for joy. And let's introduce you to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. And we'll begin with Chris Carter getting his second start of his career.
What impressed the Army staff the most was, I knew he was a good athlete. They, in fact, was recruited to play corner when he was on the scout team. The defensive staff said, we'll take him as a corner. But his decision-making, his moxie, and the game was not too big for him. If he can do that here, because we remember Keenan Reynolds talking about his knees were shaking in his first Army-Navy game, that will be huge, because it has been turnovers that has really slowed down this Army team in this street.
Chris Carter out of Imperial, California, on first down. He'll keep it. Nice start. Laurentez Barber with the tackle. The flag is down.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, offense, number 74, 15-yard penalty, second down.
That's Jaron Villegas. Whoops, lip readers, turn your eyes. And so the penalty marked off against Army.
Yeah, it's a big play.
Sure is. Aaron Kemper is number 25. He's a stocky lad, they might say. 5'6", 210. Second down, 18. Fumble. There you go, Gary.
Army leads the nation with 35 fumbles, now 36. They've now 36. They've lost 12. Navy's only fumbled 12 times and lost 5. That's a huge discrepancy between the two triple option teams. And look how fast a promising drive can turn around into 3rd and long.
You get a holding call and a fumble, and it's 3rd and 20. 36 now, tied for the most.
And a punt would not be the worst thing for Army after this play.
Here comes Carter. Lofts it deep, man open. It's Poe, as in Edgar Allan.
Edgar Allan Poe was lined up in a tight spot. I'm thinking punt. Army's thinking we got a quarterback that can throw on the run. I'm shocked. Navy did not cover this. Only one man went out on the play for Army, and Poe is making an impact. And I got to congratulate you, Vern. You're the first play-by-play guy that has not connected the poet to Poe's play so far this year.
It's early.
It's easy, though.
Yes, it is. Yes. First down and 10. Option, right side. Carter knocked down after a gain of a couple. Will Anthony, who is one of the defensive stalwarts for the Midshipmen. Army offense. Alexander Villegas, who had the hold. Kelvin White, tight end. Kind of a hybrid tight end. And then there's the young man. 50-yard punt return and a 31-yard catch. That's only his 12th catch of the year. Neither of these teams exalts the passing game.
But 5 of them have been for touchdowns.
Right. Carter hands it up the middle. Aaron Kemper, number 25. Defensively for the Midshipmen, Anthony Serra. Anthony made the tackle just a moment ago. Mason and Powell. Thomas Gonzalez, Palmore, and the rest. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5.
Watch the play clock for Army. They're going to want to snap this ball under 6 seconds on the clock in this football game. They want very few possessions. They'd like to have 10, 12 possessions all day. They want to keep this thing going slow.
Here's Carter, lofts it into the end zone. Tipped and incomplete by Daquan Thomason, number 26.
Yeah, I thought Carter had the back in the flat for a chance for the first down. And Thomason goes up and gets it at his highest point, and a opportunity, I thought, for a first down there, but all in all, they survived it.
So Daniel Grokowski will come on to try his 8th field goal of the season. He's converted 5, and this one from 31 yards out. Army on the board first. The highlights of the drive, or the possession really, for Jeff Monken. A 50-yard punt return by Edgar Poe, followed by a 31-yard catch on 3rd and 20. 8:31. Up next, the senior, Keenan Reynolds of Navy.
I'm Chaplain Major Omari Thompson, 1st Brigade Chaplain, 82nd Airborne Division. I'm standing here in front of the jersey I wore the last time Army beat Navy back in 2001. I just want to say that in this game, records don't matter. All that matters is that you know and understand that you have a destiny with victory. All that's left to do is to go out and take it. Go Army, beat Navy.
Well, Chaplain, they're off to a great start. They scored on their first possession. 50-yard punt return and a 31-yard conversion on 3rd and 20 to set up the field goal.
Vern, you know, I'm usually not one of those guys with those one-game season things, you know. But in this case, I think it fits. One game for Army winning this, and for Navy with the football team and the record they have this year, this would be as big as upset as I've ever seen in this matchup.
Well, you've got a 2-9 team against a 9-2 team. And we are set to the kick.
Was Vegas around in 1948? Because I read somewhere that this is the biggest spread since 1948.
I somehow missed that. And why are you asking me?
What did you want?
If it was, it was. Bob? As a matter of fact. Grokowski. And this one will head through the end zone again. Regional action. The NFL on CBS tomorrow. League game early, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. See the bottom line, Buffalo at Philadelphia, well, next to the bottom line. And then Oakland at Denver, the late slot. So we're going to get out of here early and make way for our NFL colleagues. It all begins with James Brown and the crew. The NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines on CBS, the home of Super Bowl 50. Reynolds. He's got some gifts.
And it starts with him understanding the defense and knowing where his eyes should go. He reads it instantly inside. He sees the defensive tackle, number 57. You saw it. Jordan Smith tackle the fullback, and he goes right into the process.
Quick gain of 17.
That's a word we hear a lot down there with Nick Saban.
Yes, we have. And here's Reynolds again. There are no flags. Keenan Reynolds is about to score his 84th rushing touchdown.
This just in. He's good. I don't know if there's ever been a triple option quarterback that has handled every phase of it as well as Keenan Reynolds. I think even Jack Mildren would tip his hat to Keenan Reynolds.
Wow, that goes back to the early 70s in Oklahoma. The extra point is good. Keenan Reynolds has tied the all Division I record, 84 touchdowns.
Ryan England, number 20, is the guy that overran it. Watch the safety. He gets outside. Keenan Reynolds feels it. Watch him get outside the block. 2 Army players outside, 1 cutback, and there goes Keenan Reynolds.
Key block delivered by DeMond Brown, number 25. Reynolds from 58 yards away. 7-3 on the 58-yard Keenan Reynolds run. Well, part of the pageantry of this Army-Navy get-together, the parachute teams. These are the leapfrogs representing Navy. And the Golden Knights from West Point.
And as your basketball partner would say if he was here, onions.
Yes. Now, I must tell you, we've been together for 10 years. And you did something today I've never seen you do. He went out on the camera deck, and there's Gary.
Well, it's 68 degrees.
That was great of you to go down there.
That was incredible. My heart was beating.
Yes, me too. Marcus Hyatt with the return, but not much of one. Well, Keenan Reynolds, here you go, Gary.
Yeah, you get one guy overrun it like that, and also a good block up front by Ben Tambulo, number 60, the right guard on that play. You get that type of execution, bang.
And let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Vern. I'm holding the football that Keenan Reynolds just scored his record-breaking touchdown with. As you can see, they already labeled it 86. This is no ordinary football. In fact, Navy has been doing something very unique the last 2 years where they insert a chip right here in the football. And after the touchdown or field goal is scored, they take the football over to the sidelines and they scan the chip with a cell phone. So it tells you exactly what time in the game the touchdown was scored. And like you said, Gary, if you try to memorize or look up all the records that Keenan Reynolds has broken, it's not going to be easy. So this is one way that's easy. You can pull up your cell phone and they have it all recorded. He'll never forget it. Also, you know, this ball might actually be given to Keenan during a timeout, but when he broke previous records this year, they took the ball, they gave it to Keenan, and there was a really cool moment where they brought his father down to the field, and Keenan presented hit the ball to his father during the game, so they're having a lot of fun with it.
Thank you, Allie. Here's the pitch. Nicholas Black, number 10. That's only his 11th carry of the season.
Well, I will say that Chris Carter is in the mode, okay? He's had that one fumbled snap, ran the ball. They got him hit early. I thought that was a good call by Brent Davis, the offensive coordinator, to get his quarterback hit in the game early, get him used to it. But his decision-making's been good. I would just like them, if I'm Army and I'm Jeff Monken, the way Navy can score, I would still like them to slow it down a bit. Less possessions helps Army.
They'll try the left guard spot, and that's Matt Giacinta, the senior. Allie, a question.
Yes,
That was his 84th touchdown.
that's right.
You showed us 86.
Well, Navy's lovely equipment manager, who has done an awesome job helping me get the football, was in a very frantic rush to give me that ball so we could show it on air, and I think he made a small mistake. We're not going to say his name. He's asked me politely not to do that, but he's been doing a great job and had a great hustle down here. He was just trying to get me the ball as fast as possible.
Well, he could be anticipating also.
Yeah, save it.
Yeah. Second down. Option. Nice little
This is
reverse
strung
pivot.
out. Strung out
Yes,
well by
it
Navy.
is. Jordan Asbury, number 31.
One of the things you look when you watch this Navy defense, when you talk to the Army coaches, they say they react to the plays quicker than anybody we will play. Yes, they're athletic, they're good size, but they're just so confident playing against the triple option. Obviously, facing in scrimmages the Navy offense all year, they get used to those types of blocks and what they're seeing real fast.
Edgar Poe, top of the screen. Third down and 3. The quarterback draw, and he's got the first down, does Chris Carter.
Well, fake it one way and then follow the back. I mean, we've been watching Army quarterbacks do this for all the games we've been doing. On the short yardage plays, whether it's been Spielman, Santiago a year ago, or now Chris Carter, that's one of the base plays for the Army short yardage attack.
Carter got his start the last game against Rutgers because Ahmad Bradshaw has suffered from turf toe along with a few other aches and pains throughout the season. Bradshaw had started 7 games, and A.J. Scher had started 3. Here's Carter again. He wants to throw. Looks deep. No.
Yes.
Oh, yes. How about Edgar Poe?
I'm about ready to write a poem about him now. Roll one way, come back, and Edgar Poe just kind of lulls you to sleep. You know, sometimes those tall guys.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense. Number 52. 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play. First down.
That's Amos Martin, number 52. Mason.
Yeah, Mason is the guy playing the other defensive end against Will Anthony. He's probably been the biggest surprise for this Navy team this year. If you watch Navy play, everybody just tries to run away from Will Anthony. Oh, there it is. Took his helmet right off. That's an easy one to call.
Ryan Alexander, the right tackle, was the recipient of that. And a first down 10, 7-3 Navy. Here's the pitch. Good block. And Tyler Campbell races toward the end zone. Touchdown, Army. Well.
Well, Vern, you said it. One career is ending and another career is beginning. Kenny Niumatalolo looks over there and goes, ooh, they got a quarterback too.
The extra point from Grokowski is up and through. And Army has reclaimed the lead on the run of Tyler Campbell.
The ball handling is so good, but the block by the wide receiver and the lead back. You get the 2 blocks in the secondary, and that springs it. DeAndre Bell, number 15, came in. He substituted for Poe and gets the block, the spring. And we talked about, can Army score? Yes, they can.
Gary's going to head back to Florida. He'll be on the golf course a couple of times next week. Allie and I are going to keep working, Gary. We're going to join Bill Raftery for the CBS Sports Classic next Saturday, leading UCLA, North Carolina, and then Ohio State and Kentucky.
Right, and then I'll start studying my Sun Bowl notes.
Okay. Touche.
Oops.
Touche. That's a gotcha. But I will be watching.
Okay, good. Yeah, you deserved it. Hall of Famers do what they want to do. I'll say that.
So we've got a game. And Grokowski's going to kick off.
Well, remember a year ago, Army led the game 7-0 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half. So, they're feeling pretty good about competing, but it's better news. Last year's score was a block punt. This one's with their offense.
Here's the third kick by Grokowski. And another touchback. Now it's time to take a look at our Home Depot tools for success.
Well, Army used all their tools here. Watch Mike Hugenberg, the center, and Mike Houghton, the guard, started off on Bernie Serra, the nose tackle. Here's where it begins. Right there, get those two seal blocks, and from there everything goes. Once you read the down by from Will Anthony, the tight end, pitch it out, and 2 blocks on the edge, DeAndre Bell and Nicholas Black. 4 good blocks, and that's offense.
And it's now 10-7. 10th first quarter points. Reynolds goes deep. Tillman, flag. 3 flags, as a matter of fact. So
I think he caught it as well, even though it was interference.
Yeah. Chris Carnegie appears to be the guilty guy.
Well, they went hitch, and now they went hitch and go. They called Carnegie on the push, but Tillman actually makes the catch. Jameer Tillman, who had that big catch at the end of the half a year ago that really changed the complexion of the game.
Moving on the field, it's a completed pass. Pass interference, defense, number 28. Penalties decline. Result of the play, first down.
Was it on Brandon Jackson or was it on Chris Carnegie?
Well, let's see.
Bottom of your screen right here is the call. Now remember, if he did not catch it, there it is, hitch and go. And it looked to me like they called it on Carnegie, number 14.
Yeah, he mentioned 28, but it was 14 for sure.
Now, if it was incomplete, it would be a 15-yard penalty. So the review must have been that he caught it.
Reynolds hit as he heads left by T.J. Atamalolo.
That was a little bit of disorganization. Blaze Ryder snapped that ball before the rest of the Navy team was ready on that one. See, he's the only guy going on this play, and it was an easy tackle for loss up front for the Army football team in Atamalolo.
Second down, 11. Here's Reynolds. Finds Tillman, right side. Brandon Jackson with the tackle this time. Blaze Ryder, by the way, the center, is from Hawaii. Had an older brother with a great name, Wave Ryder.
Yes. I think Ivan Jasper, excuse me, I think he's thinking 4-down territory right now. If I'm calling this play for Navy, I'm thinking I got 2 cracks at the first down. See if they need it.
Wow.
From behind.
How about that? And a flag down. Andrew King, middle linebacker, number 11 with the tackle.
Yeah, there was holding on the play, and I'm sure it will be declined. Well, the tackling machines for Army are King and
Holding.
Timpf.
Offense, number 65. Penalties decline. 4th down.
Well, here's the holding call, left tackle on the play. From the outside, you see just shooting the gap right there. Actually tried to hold him and didn't get him. Number 1 and 2 leading tackles on this team are Andrew King and Jeremy Timpf. Number 11 and 39. Watch them.
So that takes Navy out of field goal range, and Alex Barta is on. Edgar Poe at the 10.
With the tackle for the loss, Navy says we got to punt it. Good decision.
Yes, indeed. Down just outside the 5. 2:18 to go in the opening quarter. Never miss a moment of college football with the CBS Sports app, and never miss a moment of NCIS, TV's #1 drama. NCIS and NCIS New Orleans, all new. Tuesday, starting at 8, 7 Central. And you can also use the CBS Sports app.
Yes.
tie all that together.
I was watching a couple games this week and saw a speech in the locker room by Coach Niumatalolo and said, this game's going to be a fight, but we're fighters. And if it turns into a war, we'll be warriors, but we will win. I think that kind of the way these guys play football here on the field, both sides.
Here's Carter. Tackled by Brendan Clements, number 1.
Great matchup in this game. The center for Army, Matt Hugenberg, number 53, against Bernie Serra, number 77. Both are seniors. They battled a year ago. Actually, Hugenberg had a really nice game a year ago, but Bernie Serra, I think, might be the key to this football team for Navy. He demands the double team up front, and they don't have to sub him out on passing situations. He's a very good nose tackle for any team in any division.
See him there. Here's Carter, not much. Will Anthony, number 90. And let's take a look at Bernie Serra.
Well, you try to get a stand-up. First of all, you get a stalemate. Take him on, look up, and get in the middle of it. Boy, that is good. Even if you clog it up. I mean, both guys are going to fight it. It's not clean and pretty between the center and the nose tackle. Bob Golick, the nose tackle for the Cleveland Browns that I played with, said, playing nose tackle is like being a fire hydrant.
The visual is just enveloping the broadcast.
You know when all the dogs walk by, right?
Carter back. Goes deep, and it's too far for Edgar Poe. Looked like he might have had an angle.
He did, but at least Chris Carter put it out in a position, a nice angle that only Poe could get the football, overthrown by 1.5 yards. You cannot be upset with that if you're the Army staff. Had him open again.
Yes, he did. And here's the reaction of Chris Carter.
Great story of how they found Chris Carter as a recruit.
Alex Tardu with the punt. Fair catch. Navy gets his ball back at the 49. Well, we were told this. It really is a fascinating story. Army was recruiting at Sandy Creek, a high school south of Atlanta, and Chip Walker, the head coach, said, I'm not so sure if the guy you're after is going to come here. But you ought to talk to our head of security at the high school, Manny Rosa. He said, and Manny met with the coaching staff, and he said, listen, my nephew plays at Imperial High School. He's pretty good.
In California.
In California.
Yeah.
Instant videotape. They looked at highlights of him. Jeff Munkin said, wow, he's pretty good. Got him to come. He spent last year in prep school, and now he's a starting quarterback. Reynolds goes left. Now, let's go down to Allie LaForce.
Vern, I got to joke around with Carter a little bit yesterday after the walkthrough, and I said, after your impressive start last week, did your uncle reach out to you? Is he trying to take any credit for the success that you're having so far this season? And he said no. He told me he was so proud of me. He's glad he could help, but he certainly isn't taking any credit. I thought that was very nice of him.
Sure is. Thank you, Allie. 2nd and 5. A couple yards short.
See, this is what Keenan Reynolds does so well on this play, though. His eyes were to the outside of the formation, and he saw the Army overload and said, I'm just going to make positive yards, not try to do too much, give myself 3rd and short. Hey, nice first quarter for Army. They got the lead again.
And that is the end of the first quarter. 10-7 the score. We'll return to Philly after this message and a word from your local station and a word from Keenan Reynolds.
Quarterback Keenan Reynolds. Someday I hope to be an information warfare officer. Go Navy, beat Army.
We welcome all of you back to Philadelphia for the Army-Navy game presented by USAA. We begin the second. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce, and our entire crew here for the Army-Navy game. 3rd down 2 as we begin quarter number 2.
Both teams love these tight formations with their wide receivers. Puts them in a position to help with the linebackers to block.
That's Swain, number 37. Reynolds gives it to him, 1st down. Well, we've got a 2-9 against a 9-2, and so far the 2-9 is leading in the ball game.
Yeah, but remember, Army lost 5 real tight football games by less than 7 points. They legitimately thought they could have won 4 of those 5. 2 of them were last-second field goals. And remember, there's been dominance in the streak, but 3 out of the last 4, Vern, have been by 7 points or less. So, they say, why not us?
Sure. Here's Reynolds back to throw. Or run. Feints inside. 1st and goal.
Come on.
Maybe.
If he does not remind you of Russell Wilson, I don't know who he is. Always under control. Watch him get into the secondary and feel where his blockers are. He's not running fast. He's setting up a block from his guard on that play, Brandon Green, and then gets to the sideline. I'm going to say something that I'm going to get killed for. He's a better pro prospect quarterback than Tim Tebow was.
Really? Well, we chatted with him the other day. They're the Verizon Red Zone stats for Navy. And that comparison to Russell Wilson was made. He was quite pleased by that. It was just Chris Swain. And a wrestling match ensues. And
wouldn't you like to bring him to camp as your 3rd-string quarterback?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And just say, well, let's see. Well, maybe. I mean, remember, he played spread quarterback in high school. The main reason he came to Navy. Now, he's embraced everything about the academy life. Okay, the main reason he came is he wanted to prove he could play big-time Division I football. I think he's proved that.
I do, too, yes.
And the Heisman voters should be ashamed of themselves and the committee for not getting him there in New York.
That thought will be amplified in the second. 2nd down and goal. Up the middle, Swain, no. Well, I don't know where Keenan Reynolds is going to wind up in the final Heisman vote to be revealed tonight. I really think if he's anywhere close to the top 10, bring 10 in.
There you go.
Bring 10 in. This kid deserves to be on that national stage.
And it's not a sympathy vote. I mean, imagine, I ran the wishbone for about 4 games. I can't imagine running it for 4 years. And by the way, Navy wasn't playing intramural football teams. We saw them against Notre Dame. We saw them against Ohio State. Big time football.
Quentin Ezell is in. 3rd down and goal. Here's Reynolds. There you go, young man.
I think Alley should hold on to that ball that says 86. It may be worth something because he's headed to 86. Just a power run from the quarterback, and listen, he's tough to stop. It's one of the reasons I thought Army would try to slow it down more. They've had success on offense, and I don't know if they can stop this Navy offense.
Whistles before the extra point try.
False start. Offense. Number 71. 5-yard penalty. Retry.
Just one more and then I'll stop. We covered SEC football all year.
Right.
There's about 7 SEC football teams that would trade quarterbacks with this quarterback. I guarantee you that.
I'm not quite ready to stop.
Oh, go, Vern.
Well, we chatted with him, and we've done that every year prior to this game. He's a remarkable young man from Antioch, Tennessee. And he said, I'm disappointed. It was a childhood dream to be at the Heisman presentation. He should have been.
Yeah, what would have hurt? Right? What would have hurt?
Keenan Reynolds now has rushed for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, he's a perfect 4 for 4 throwing the football for 50 yards. It's a moment of college football with the CBS Sports app. Every play and score, every game, and every highlight right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. But look who's on the sidelines.
Chip Kelly. Well, he tried to trade almost his whole draft for Marcus Mariota. He could have Keenan Reynolds in the 6th round. All our Philly guys around here got their thumbs up. They want to take a chance on Keenan.
We come to Philly quite often, annually, almost.
I mean, in the NFC East, you only got to win 7 games to make the playoffs. How hard can it be?
Or conversely, in college football, in some cases, if you win 5, you're in a bowl game.
There you go.
Yeah. 40 bowls this year, including 3 5 and 7 teams. We're in cranky moods today.
I'm not. Actually,
no, you are.
When I first started doing this game, I go, oh my gosh, what are we going to talk about? Neither team throws. This is going to be hard. This is wonderful football to cover.
Yes, it is. Here's the kick. Touchback. And let's go down to Allie LaForce.
I'm here with Greg, the equipment manager. He wanted everyone to know he got it right this time, okay? That was the 85th touchdown. But I have a question for you, Vernon Gary. Maybe we should have left the 86 with a question mark. What do you think?
Yes.
You think coming up in this game? There's a lot of game left to play.
Allie, I think the way Army's moving the ball, I think Navy thinks they may need at least 86 from Keenan to win this game. That would be fun.
Yes, it would.
Remember, Army's only scored now 3 touchdowns in 4 years.
Nice run.
With their offense. They did have a special teams touchdown.
$14-10. Well, the last win for Army in this series was in 2001. They've had 13 wins in succession, 32 points a game on average. Look at the turnover difference.
Yeah.
That goes back, Gary, to your point earlier.
And the inability to score points.
Carter with the pitch. Oh, boom.
Brandon Clemens that time, the corner, did a great job taking on his block from the outside and not allowing Army to get outside. Let's see if we can catch it. Takes on the fullback. Yes, he does. Takes it on and makes the play. That's pretty nice. You take on the running back, stuff it right back into him, and get the stop.
Brandon Clemens, Jr., out of the Miami area. 3rd down, 5.
Remember, this Navy team in the AAC faces mostly spread passing attacks. They don't see much of this. They don't even see much running attacks. Usually everybody's got it all spread out with the modern spread offenses.
Carter rolling left, pulls up, avoids the tackle. Now he tucks it and he runs it and he gets a block and he's got a first down. And there's a tangle at the 40-yard line.
He took a big hit at the end of that play, though, too, and he pops right up.
Quincy Adams.
And I guarantee you the Army coach just said, when you have an opportunity in this one, get the first down and get out of bounds.
First down, 10.
Kemper is so small in a fullback right there, it's hard to see him for the linebacker.
Oh, gosh, yes. 5'6". Aaron Kemper. Well, you and Craig Silver made a midsummer visit to West Point, didn't you?
Beautiful. We always go there in December, but you go there this time of the year. We ended up walking around, touring the whole academy, and saw this. You get a plaque every time you beat Navy. That plaque has been sitting there for a while.
That can lead to a clenched fist.
And you got to pass right through that every day and look at that empty spot.
Longest active win streak. Kentucky has lost to Florida 29 consecutive years. Next on the list, Navy over Army. Here's the late pitch. Got him around the corner. Nice run. And it's Jordan Asbury, number 31.
You know, the Army backs, this time Nicholas Black again, number 10, gets a nice block on the outside to really get it going. Just look on the right side of your screen. You really don't see it, but he got outside to the corner and then hooked the cornerback inside to get around the defense. Listen, if they're, as Bill Belichick famously says, do your job in the triple option offense, everyone has to do their job or it will not work.
Third and a long one. Comes a run blitz. They have to back out. Micah Thomas, number 44. And time has been called by Army.
Yeah, they were under 5 seconds there. They had to call a timeout or they would have got a delay of game.
Well, there are the Mules. There's the goat. Army-Navy game presented by USAA continues after this message. And by the way, there was going to be a 2-helicopter convoy from Philly to New York.
I will say this, though. All three of those guys are very deserving, and any one of those three that won, nobody could argue with those.
Agree. Well, let's cue the duck, get him on stage, and introduce you to the Aflac trivia question of the afternoon. Who are the last players to finish in the top 10 of the Heisman voting for Army and Navy?
It's a good thing Keenan can't hear you read that. He goes, what, 10? They count down to 10? What?
Well, we have found a theme. And
all right, stop it. You're right. We started it about 6 weeks ago, you and I talking about it.
Yes, we did. Third down and 2. Carter takes a heavy hit, but hangs on. Matt Giacinta led him through with the block.
Can't tell you how impressed I have been with Chris Carter in this game. Remember a game, the enormity of the game, the streak, the seniors, all of the generals, all depending, trying to get Army to just win one game and end this silly streak from Army. I even saw Roger Staubach this morning on game day, and he goes, we're really proud. I want Navy to win, but, you know, I kind of feel bad for those guys.
Mm-hmm. First down and 10.
I think he'd like to see just one, to get this rivalry back a little more normal.
Carter. Edgar Poe downfield does the adjustment, and the ball is overthrown. Defended by Brendan Clemens.
Yeah, I don't know if Chris Carter has much more arm than that. Brandon Clemens had good coverage. Poe tried to stop and go jump ball on it, but he would have had to make a one-hander there.
Second down 10. Carter is now 2 for 4 throwing the ball. Edgar Poe has caught both of them. Now DeAndre Bell goes top of the screen, split out. Defenders way off of him. Right side, Tyler Campbell, who has the Army touchdown.
Well, Will Anthony, probably the best defensive lineman that Navy's had in a long time, number 90, really makes the play here. He doesn't end up with the tackle, but watch him explode through the play and really force it to go around him. Stops it, redirects it, and the Navy partners ended up making the tackle for a very small gain. If you watch the tape a year ago, it felt like Army was running away from Will Anthony the whole game, running left almost 2 out of 3 times.
Poe is split wide to the left. That's Tyler Campbell in the slot. Third down 8. He's got him open, and that's going to be very close for a first down.
I think he's got it.
I believe he does, yes.
Right. Oh, it's right there. They're going to give him the first down.
Yep.
Just an outside, little hook to the outside, well read. And well delivered. How about this freshman quarterback? Nice protection by the offensive line. Anytime on third down that you hold this Navy defense, they're good pass rushers. They've played against a lot of passing teams. Watching that Houston game, they were in the backfield the whole game. They couldn't tackle the Houston quarterback.
First down 10. Well, they get him around the corner, and he picks up 5.
It's been the end of the halves that have been giving trouble to Army. In 2012, they had a bad end of the half, and last year they had a bad end of a half. Or would they like to march this thing down 3 or 4 yards at a time, take the clock away from Keenan Reynolds, and just put points on the board? Get in. 14-13 would be a dream for Army, even if they just kicked a field goal here.
Jeff Monken on the sideline, second year as the head coach. This is the 11th play of the drive. Around the corner, no, not at all.
Vern, they did not handle the motion well enough that time. He needed to be wider. Watch when the ball is snapped as he comes across. He needs to be wider, and the pitch is almost backwards. When you pitch it backwards like that, that allows that Navy defense too much time. It pitch almost has to be forward, as if he's gaining ground. That was just a lack of execution with the timing of the motion.
That was Daniel Gonzalez, number 58, who got there first, and now third down 9.
Well, they maybe played coverage last time. Will they do it again?
They got 4 men wide. Blitz is coming. Carter, quarterback draw. Stopped. Josiah Powell, number 48.
Yeah, they weren't going to do it again. They played coverage the time before. This time they brought the outside linebacker off the edge. Coming right there, he's just going to crash in. And on the quarterback draw, this was a quarterback draw all the way. You can even see the blitz from inside linebacker. And now Army's trying to figure out what to do. Jeff Monken knows he's not been able to get out of the half last year when they had the lead. Remember, they had the lead and the ball. 4th and 1 with 2:20 to go in the half in plus territory, and they ended up giving a touchdown up.
Well, they have to punt. This is outside the field goal range, and it is a good one. Whoa!
It is the ball. They're calling it a touchback.
Yep. Almost a great touchback.
Batted? Oh, a bad bounce on the bat.
Yeah.
You bat it back, and the bounce doesn't go your way.
Off the helmet of your teammate instead. And so it is a touchback. 13 losses in a row for Army. You think it's not on the minds of these seniors?
Ending the streak would just be incredible. There's no really emotion that I have that can really describe how much a win would mean.
A win against Navy would mean everything to this team and the Corps Cadets, and it's something that is taught from an early age here at the Academy.
For this team, and especially our seniors, it really means everything for us. We've been working towards this goal for 4 years now, and we've gone through a lot of adversity, so just trying to get this win as a team really means everything for our legacy and moving forward as a program.
.424 to go first half. 14-10 Navy. They have been led by Keenan Reynolds.
Yeah, he does everything so well. You know, we talked about the process early, and what he does so well in my mind is he never goes 1-3. He goes 1-2-3. He reads it exactly the way the coach does it. Even after 4 years of running this offense, he goes step by step by step. He never deviates, and that's why he's almost always right.
Well, he's had some experience, has he not? This is his 44th start.
This is a big defensive stop here for Army. Remember, Navy gets the ball to start the second half. Fumble.
They get it at the 15.
I don't think he even touched the ball that time, Keenan Reynolds. I wonder if it slipped out of the hand of Blaze Ryder that time. No, yes it did. It rolled back on the play. Didn't even come close. Watch the ball just roll between. And then you have to wonder about that. Blaze Ryder, a senior. I mean, this is a team that only fumbled the ball 12 times all year. And they fumble one right there.
I am reminded of our conversation with Keenan Reynolds about the exchange with Swain. He said in their 4 years together, they've only fumbled, that's the fullback, you see, and they fake it to him. They've only fumbled those 3 times.
Yeah, and Johnny Voigt that time, number 59, the defensive end, was all over this play. Quickness from that defense, and watch him make the play. Nobody handles him, goes right through the fullback to the quarterback. See, that's familiarity with the offense. When Navy plays, even Ohio State or Notre Dame, they don't have that quick decision-making like these Navy and Army defenses do. They've seen it till they get tired of it.
3rd down, 16. Reynolds with a lot of time. Heaves it, almost intercepted. Oh, boy. Brandon Jackson. I don't know that he would have scored, but he would have come close.
I can tell you that as a crossing route right here, Jackson thought he had this one the whole way. Watch him. He's baiting the throw the whole time. Doesn't come up with it. Making an out-of-the-ordinary play. It was a great stop by the Army defense, but what could have been?
Alex Barta is on to punt. Taken at the 44 by Edgar Poe. He had a 50-yard return earlier. 42-yard punt, 2 on the return.
Up in the pocket and actually steps on Green on that play. Brandon Green, and tweaks his ankle, and he's lucky he didn't tweak his 2nd interception of the year.
Thank you, Adam. 14-10. Navy leads it. And take a look at this. You remember Mike Vitti walked across the country? Well, this is former Navy SEAL Chris Ring, inspired by Vitti's A Walk to Remember last year, decided to swim the entire length of the Mississippi River in support of Legacies Alive, a nonprofit that supports Gold Star families, the survivors of fallen soldiers. And during the timeout, there is Chris Ring with the beard, Mike Vitti, who walked across America last year. Yeah. He looks pretty fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a touching moment during the timeout as the families came out with the 2 men.
Those are manly men right there.
Yes, they are.
Yes. I want them on my side.
You want a definition? There you go.
Yes. I want them on my side.
Awesome. 1st down and 10. Carter throwing the ball 3 of 5. He's run it 9 times for 31 yards. Pitches. Christian Drake around the corner. 1st down, Army.
Well, Chris Carter's almost pitching a perfect game here. I mean, he's running the option. Ball handling goes perfectly to his quarterback man. Gets the ball out. Powell was the guy he had to account for. Josiah Powell, number 48, you taught. He took it right to him. He froze Powell and then pitched it right in front of his ball carrier. Ball carrier got to take it like a baton man in track and just keep going. Beautiful.
Gain of 15. Lobs it, man open. Poe at the 10. Touchdown, Army.
What a well-designed play. I thought Army would keep running. No, just pull across the field. One receiver goes crossing, an X route across the other way, and you can't throw it any better than that. what a pass. And Poe is having a game. His 6th touchdown pass of the season. The last guy that had that many touchdown passes, the last leader playing tackle in the NFL.
Villanueva, that's right, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Extra point is good.
The tight splits. The cross goes this way, clears out this guy, and watch Poe come right behind it. A lot of open space. Another excellent throw, and he's into the end zone. Brandon Clements, not a chance.
Chris Carter, Edgar Poe, touchdown Army. And the Black Knights have a 3-point lead. 17-14 Army as Edgar Poe makes his 6th touchdown catch of the season.
Well, and he's done it mostly using his size. He gets out to the outside, loves to run the crossing route, but you see the jump balls are his. Has that great reach. There's a beautiful one right there. He plucks it away. And then today, Chris Carter puts it where he could have been 5'9" on that one. That was so well thrown. And how about an Army team that might finish a half off, but got to tell you, still time for Mr. Reynolds.
Most first half points scored by Army against Navy since 1998.
Yeah, I mean, they scored 2 of the last 3 years. They scored 2 the first half. Quarterback play. Isn't it nice to have a quarterback you can depend on? Like a fair fight.
Yes. Dyson Romine. He is the fastest of the midshipmen. And he gives you a little taste of that on that play.
And that puts Navy with 3 timeouts and 2 minutes to go in a position to again attack this Army football team. Romine at the goal line. And as Vern said, fastest of their return men. He's a slot back. And I thought he might have a chance to go. That was a nice touchdown-saving tackle.
Justin Fawn, number 51, saved it. From the 42 with 1:59 left in the half. Up the middle, Swain. Let's get the Duck back on stage and answer the Aflac trivia question, which was the last players to finish in the top 10 of the Heisman voting for Army and Navy. Napoleon McCallum, 7th in 85. Mike Mayweather, 10th in 1990. 3rd down 5. Swain. No.
Interesting call here.
Yes.
It's going to be 4th and short. And if they go for it and don't make it, then they'll be giving Army the ball at midfield. You get the ball in the second half. What do you do, Coach? He made a brilliant timeout call a year ago to save a first down. He's going to go for it. Or at least maybe try to draw him off sides. Won't he bleed the clock and take a timeout?
5 on the play clock.
Ooh, go for
Toss.
it.
Right side. Got it.
Yes.
DeBrandon Sanders, number 21.
Well, they looked at it twice. That short motion allows the play caller, and this time it's Ivan Jasper, the play caller for Navy, to look at it twice. And then they say we can get outside with the sweep. They do it. And then after the first down, Navy takes a timeout.
First down, timeout. Well, coming up at the half, we'll go back to New York, the Geico halftime report with Adam, Rick, and Brian, and 3 Heisman Trophy finalists in the studio. Well, Gary, you mentioned a year ago the timeout decision.
Remember, 7-0. Army was leading. It was 4th and less than a yard. Kenny takes a timeout as Army makes the first down. They don't make it on the next one, and then Keenan throws a pass to Jamar Tillman, and Tillman ends up scoring at the end of the half. Now another 4th down decision, and why would he not go for it on 4th down? Navy for the year, 21 for 23 on 4th down, so now they're 22 for 24 on 4th down for the year. I think that's pretty good.
You know, I had to double check that because I wrote it on my spotting chart, and wow.
I know.
That's pretty darn good.
Why not go for it? Let's figure out a way to get the 4th down. It's money.
So first down 10 now, 43 seconds to go. Reynolds back. Down the middle. Should have been intercepted.
Was it caught, though?
Wow.
No, it must have bounced. Right? Second play should have been intercepted. This one was easier than the last one.
Dyson Romine
almost ended up with it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jeremy Timpf is the guy that dropped the ball. As easy as you'll get. Will that come back to haunt him?
That one's tipped. Incomplete. Jordan Smith, number 57, got a hand up.
Well, they're getting closer to 4th down again.
3rd and 10. Field goal kickers Austin Grebe. He's 11 for 13 this year, but his longest is 44. Tillman. Here's Reynolds. Fires it. That's going to be out of bounds. Yep. Jameer Tillman.
Well, the end of halves have been owned by Navy. This one went Army. Is it an omen?
One wonders. 4th and 10 with 28 seconds to go. Edgar Poe opened this game with a 50-yard return. Ultimately, that led to a field goal.
Army takes time. I was wondering why Army would even field this punt. I would just let it roll wherever it goes.
It is becoming a beautiful, warm, mid-December Saturday evening, and those beautiful shots provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries.
I think it's a great timeout by Jeff Monken. I wonder if he will even put a guy deep on this one. With 28 seconds, why catch the punt? They're out of the half right now.
Yep.
Only thing they could do it is go bad. Edgar Poe's having a good game. But why even put, look, no one back there. A great timeout by Jeff Monken. Let's play defense. Let the ball fall. Go to halftime with the lead.
Alex Barta will punt.
They got their first team defense on the field.
All you see down there are blue shirts. And did they stop it? They did. Yes, at the 1.
Navy with only 2 timeouts means that Army can just take a knee. Well, they're not going to be able to take a knee. They can't go backwards, that's for sure.
So there's got to be some attention paid here. First down 10 with 18 seconds to go.
See, that's what you got to do. You got to coach forward. I mean, what could go right for Army fumbling? You know, they're not going to run it back 90 yards. And they're going to take a knee probably no matter where they caught it.
As you can see, 1-1 when leading at the half. It's at the 1. So forward, young man. Surges over the left guard spot. Navy has 2 timeouts left, and they take one of them. Looks like an injury to one of the midshipmen. Amos Mason is the injured player, getting a little bit of assistance as he limps off.
Well, Army and Navy both block low on all the plays. It's Ryan Alexander is going to go and hit block low and hits right on the leg of Amos. Now, Ryan Alexander says, listen, I took it. He played the last 2 years in the defensive line. I've had a lot of blocks against me like that, so I'm going to dish one out. That's the way they block. That's the way they always block.
Second down, 9.
You got to wedge it out of there.
Yep. And they do. He's got to hang on to the ball. And he does. 8 seconds.
And Coach Niumatalolo has seen enough.
Yep.
Says, let's go to halftime.
Army has lost 13 in a row to their arch rival, but their arch rival leads them at the break 17-14. Out of the force is with Jeff Monken.
Coach, you decided to start Chris Carter for just the second time all season. The offense really took off. Your impressions of the way he's handled this big stage?
He's doing a good job, and the other guys are helping him. I think our guys are playing hard, but there's a lot of football left to play.
You've been in a lot of close games this season and came out on the wrong end. How can you make it different this time around?
We got to execute. That's how you win these football games, and they got a heck of a team, and they're playing really hard, too, so it ought to be a heck of a second half.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, he's been there. He's seen it. He's thought he had wins before, and he knows how explosive the Navy offense can be. I think he figures in his mind he's going to need at least one more touchdown.
End of the first half with the score 17-14. Army. Adam Zucker, Rick Neuheisel, and Brian Jones will be along with the Geico halftime report after this word from your local station. Keenan Reynolds is about to score his 84th rushing touchdown. Lobs it man open. Poe at the 10. Touchdown, Army. We welcome all of you back to Philadelphia and the 116th rendition of Army Navy. Moments ago, Alley the Force with Navy coach Ken Niumatalolo.
Coach, let's start with defense. This is the most points Army scored against Navy since 1998. How do you slow them down offensively?
We just need to settle down. You know what I mean? We're playing. We're not doing our job. Everybody's trying to, play bigger than they are instead of just doing their job. We just need to settle down. That's the big thing right now. Just settle down.
Keenan had a couple nice big plays, but also a couple near interceptions. Anything he can do better offensively in this offense in general?
Well, we can't press. None of us can press. We want to win it so bad, and we just got to settle down. Our emotions are taking over. We just got to do our job.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck, sir.
Well, Kenny Niumatalolo is 7-0 against Army.
That's the pressure of the streak.
Yes.
It works against one team for a while. Then all of a sudden, if that team pushes back, you go, oh my gosh, could we be the team that end the streak? You can't look, you just got to forget the clock, forget the score, play the play.
Austin Grebe kicks off, and this one goes through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Well, we began the day talking about the end of one career, stellar career, and the beginning of another. Chris Carter's had a pretty good game. So has Keenan Reynolds.
Absolutely, but you'd have to say it's close to a tie at that position, and that was not a position I thought that Army could get a tie. I thought they'd have to have 21 other guys helping the quarterback. It's been the Army quarterback and his use of the receiver Poe and Edgar Allan Poe on the punt return, those two guys. Now, listen, everybody's making plays on defense. We know all of that. But, boy, when you got your quarterback matching up with a guy that is considered the heart and soul and offense and everything for Navy, you got to like that.
Chris Carter keeps it. Gets a block, but it was way in front of the man who made the tackle. Will Anthony is that man. First half for Chris Carter.
I think the best thing he did was he never lost control. And what I didn't think he'd bring is you see the ball handling on the option for the touchdown right there. I didn't know he could throw it that accurately. You know, the coaches said he's really good on the run, and he showed you on those bootlegs, he put those balls right on the mark.
Second down, 8. Aaron Kemper. And the option comes this way. There we go. Tyler Campbell had a touchdown run.
Yeah,
and a flag is down.
Yep. It's going to be, I believe, a clip from a wide receiver coming inside, blocking below the waist.
Personal foul. Shot block. Offense. Number 2. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
I mean, that's something that happens all the time. Now, at the end of the line, Calvin White, number 2, that's who that back judge is looking at, the tight end all the time. I did not see it. Of course, I had my eyes in the backfield that time. Let's see if we can pick it up. Right here he is. Oh, yeah, posted up, and then he comes in and lays him out. That was definition of a chop block. Mika Thomas, number 44, was the recipient of that.
And the penalty results in a second down and 23.
Not much you can do about that if you're Calvin White. You don't know that guard's going to get free on that. He just closed down. All of a sudden, you know, someone up front makes the same block.
Edgar Poe, top of the screen. And the catch is made by Nicholas Black. Gary, take us through the halftime trends.
Well, you know, the pace of the game was about right for this team. Keenan Reynolds, you know, had that big, long rush, but as Allie talked to the coach, had a couple of maybes. Chris Carter has matched him in his play, ball handling, as we talked about, and the difference has been that man. Edgar Poe has been the difference of this game.
It was suggested to me at halftime that in a perfect world there would be poetic justice.
Here we go.
If Edgar Poe, I couldn't resist. If Poe serves his military obligation and then is drafted by the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, there we go. Well, it was a good stop. Part of it was the penalty on the chop block by Army, but now Navy's going to get that football back, and you know, things change fast in this game of football.
Yes.
The last time Army had a penalty, they overcame it. This time they could not.
Alex Tardew is on to punt, and the deep man, Calvin Cass, he's only returned 4 throughout this season. See if he gets a chance here. This is a good one. Cass backs up. Fair catch called for and taken at the 32-yard line. Early moments, second half. A 47-yard punt return. Navy gets the ball.
Enlist to unlist injured vets waiting for smart homes. Join GMC and donate at ourbravest.org/enlistme. Earlier today, former chairman and CEO of General Motors and U.S. Naval Academy graduate Dan Ackerson, along with Rick Kaiser, retired Master SEAL Chief and Executive Director of the Navy SEAL Museum, unveiled the Chevy Silverado Special Ops Concept Truck. Proceeds from every Special Ops truck sold will go to support the museum. Chevrolet is proud to support our service members across the globe with its military discount, the Special Ops truck, and much more.
We welcome you back to Philadelphia as darkness has enveloped this city. Ken Niumatalolo. See on the back of his cap, I just noticed Admiral Farragut's damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead. You can see that if his team wins today, he will equal Earl Red Blake, the longtime Army coach, but with 8 victories in this series. The keynote there is that Red Blake was 8-8.
Yes.
He also lost. We coached a long time. First down 10. Left side, Chris Swain.
He was talking about that, Coach Niamalolo. He's talking to Allie at halftime about he thought his team was a little too anxious. Remember him in the locker room before the game. He said he himself was a little anxious and uptight. I think his whole team feels this. By the way, I don't know. We've heard the rumors, and maybe the Navy players have heard it too. There is, of course, he's going to BYU on Monday. There might be a lot of feelings about could he be leaving. So this all could be playing into this kind of Navy not being Navy right now.
That was Chris Swain with a carry, and it's going to be a third down.
Did talk to some of the Navy officials about it. They have obviously heard the rumors. They do not know what's going to happen, but they do believe they will, if Kenny leaves, they will be able to retain a majority of their staff, and that sounds like they would hire from within. Don't be shocked if it's Ivan Jasper, the offensive coordinator.
Reynolds way too high. He's now missed his last 6 passes.
Nobody open on that one. That Army defense was all over that one. Nowhere to throw the ball, just a 2-man route and not a foot to stick that one in. Look at that. Where do you throw that?
Yes. Well, Ken's oldest son, a player at BYU, his younger son, is going to play at Boise State.
Starbuck couldn't have got that one in there. He'd have scrambled, though, I think.
Yeah, yes, he would. Alex Barta on to punt. Fairly short, fair catch call for, taken at the 26-yard line. 37-yard punt. Nada on the return. Army leads by 3. We're back in Philly. Take a look at the decorative helmets being worn by Navy tonight.
Those are beautiful.
They are. And for more, here's Allie.
Thank you, Vern. These helmets are hand-painted. They're some of the coolest things I've seen in a long time. They pay homage to the historic ships that make up the Navy fleet. Let's tell you what each one means. We'll start with the quarterback helmet. It's an aircraft carrier, so it's the quick-strike weapon of the naval fleet. Makes a lot of sense. The running back is wearing the littoral combat ship, fast and nimble ships that navigate through shallow and deep waters. Then you have the wide receiver, who's the submarine, ready to attack at any time. The lineman, the amphibious assault ships. Next, we have the linebacker, the cruiser, on the ground, in the air, packs the biggest punch. No doubt about that. The defensive back, the destroyer, the firepower, the speed, the anti-missile defense. And lastly, this one's my favorite, the kicker and special teams. It's the minesweeper, the small ship on a very unique mission.
Allie, you have more than earned your paycheck for this week.
Well, I got a feeling that's going to start a trend, don't you think? That we're going to have individual helmets for each position all over the college football.
Oh, brother Carter. Ouch. Laurentez Barber.
Yep, the safety. Barber's been part of that secondary. Saw a couple go over his head. Now he's got one to put the Army quarterback over his head over heels.
Oh. Second down 5. Well, the Army equal time.
I think they look great, don't
I
you?
do too, yes. Menacing.
Yes.
As they should. Handoff goes to Aaron Kemper. Tackle made by Brandon Jones. 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Third down 3 from the 33 and a 3-point lead. Poe in the slot. Oh, wow. Is that Sarah? Nope. DJ Palmore. Second sack of the season, first of this game.
Now Palmore plays off a block. Watch him right here. Play off a block and then still get to the quarterback. plays off the block right there, coming across, and gets back. Talmer making, so far, the play of the game for the Navy defense.
Loss of 9, and that brings on the punter, Alex Tardu. It's Calvin Cass back to return again. Fair catch at the 29-yard line. 47-yard punt, nothing on the return. Big play by Palmore. Time called. By USAA is sponsored by the Home Depot, New York Life, Ram Trucks, and by Sonic. We are back in Philadelphia. The Midshipmen traveled up from Annapolis. They will travel back after the game. And the Corps of Cadets down from West Point, they too will go back. Hope that you saw the march on CBS Sports Network. We have a veteran crew here too. Bob Welsh, United States Marine Corps in the 6th. Darrell Witt, United States Army for 12 years. Ben Lynn operates the Skycam, Marine Corps, 95 to 2000. And the man we love, Sarge.
Right below us.
Yeah, Neil McCaffrey.
We got our guys, too.
Yes, indeed.
I'll take Sarge against anybody out there, tell you the truth.
Well, they're veterans in many respects, and we love them all. First down 10. Reynolds has missed his last 6. This one is knocked away. Intended for Jameer Tillman.
Boy, that's another poor throw by Keenan Reynolds. He's really struggling. He had Tillman wide open on this play on the corner. Remember how well Carter's been throwing it. Look at that open space he has to throw to. And Tillman has to stop, come back, and it's defended on the play by Xavier Moss. Gee, Keenan, he'd like to have about 3 back now.
0 for the last 7. It's Swain again. He's been outside of Reynolds, their only running threat in the ballgame.
You know, Vernon, what is surprising also to me about Navy, 25% of their carries go to their slot backs. You know, no to Brandon Sanders, no to Brown, no run. They've only got 2 carries in this game. Why is Navy not running the option in this football game? They cannot get the ball to anyone but Reynolds or the fullback. They have not gotten it to their slot backs at all.
They're down 6.
Again?
It'll be 4th down.
That Army, I don't know if it's the outside linebackers or what. They just are giving Keenan a bad read, and he's having to turn it up every time. On that one, John Voight again got outside of the play, forced Keenan to turn it into the backside, and Jordan Smith with the tackle. Listen, great defense by this Army team. Jay Bateman has his team ready for the option. Defensive coordinator for Army.
Midway through the 3rd, almost.
It's hard to believe that Navy can't get the ball to anybody but their fullback or their quarterback. Oh, he nailed it. He nailed it. He nailed it.
Oh,
look at that. It got to the line, I think.
Touchback.
Yes. By what? The length of a football?
Yes. A smidgen. Whoa.
Get out of the way. Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
Can you imagine? That ball's back 6 inches. That's a difference of 20 yards.
That was your basic 67-yard punt.
Hi, I'm Ray Mavis. I love Navy football, and I'm disappointed, Ray Mavis, because I root for Army. Navy has won America's game 13 years in a row. Army has played in a football game for the last 13 years. Navy's won 14 Commander-in-Chief's trophies. I once had a dream about Army winning a trophy. Don't be like this, me. you'll just be disappointed for the 14th year in a row. Go Navy. Beat Army.
Our thanks to Ray Mavis for expressing his thoughts. Keenan Reynolds, he's working while he's being tended to medically on the headset.
It looks like they're stretching him out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tight quad. It looks like he's pointing to his left quad or groin area.
Well, he had a terrific start to this game, but has been in a slump recently. Can't really run or throw. First down and 10.
That's not good, right?
You know, I've learned that hanging with you now for a decade.
That's probably not good.
Chris Carter.
Oh, boy, Navy's starting to play some defense here.
Let's go down to Allie for an update on Keenan Reynolds.
Guys, Keenan was simply just cramping up, so the team wanted to give him a good stretch. He was still on headset like you saw while they were stretching him out, so he didn't miss out on anything. He's back up on his feet, and he looks to be just fine.
He's going to spend his military career in naval intelligence.
Yeah. He might not want to come here again. The last time he had hypothermia, and tonight he's cramping up with the heat.
Now, we're guessing that 2 years ago when we were here, the wind chill was around 0. It's in the 60s tonight. Brandon Clements. Wow.
And to the line. This time he avoids the block, not even close, and makes the big play. Navy's defense, I don't know if the offense and Keenan Reynolds has woken up, but the Navy defense has. This is what I thought. I mean, when you look across this Navy veteran defense, they call it their best defensive line. Their secondary is experienced and athletic. Finally, they're making some plays.
Third down, 12.
And Bernie Serra, the nose tackle, is egging on the crowd.
Number 77. Carter in jail. Jarvis Polu, number 67. That's his first sack of the season.
Yeah, he's in for Amos Mason. Remember, Amos went out with that quarterback sneak, and Polu is the third defensive end on the team and comes in for a big play. Army needs to find some offense quickly.
Fourth and 21. Short. Fair catch, midfield. 41-yard punt.
Well, the new defensive coordinator, or at least this year, as Buddy Green is out, taking a hiatus from the coaching this year, and Dale has done a great job with his 17th season as a defensive line coach, and he's been in charge all year. I think they blitzed a little bit more aggressively with the blitz when we talked to him. He says the only difference, but he continued to say on the phone when we were talking to him is, listen, I was blessed with a veteran team that's been here a long time.
Well, the Midshipmen expressing some enthusiasm. Got him! Jameer Tillman dives! Touchdown, Navy!
Another big play for Navy. One on a run by Keenan Reynolds, and this, yes, he did. Yeah. That's a touchdown. His foot didn't snap. I thought either on this play, Tillman was either pretending to fall down or he actually almost slipped and fell, because as you see the ball stretched out across the pylon, that's a touchdown. The crossing around that team is almost like he snuck across.
So Navy reclaims the lead with the extra point try from Austin Grebe.
It's the exact same play that Navy used against Houston to tie the score at 14 in the first quarter. You roll one way and throw back. Beautifully designed play.
Jameer Tillman, 50 yards. The last 3 on that dive.
He needed all 6'4", and he reached it out.
Coverage provided by Goodyear for 60 years. Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalry.
Same exact play. Navy was down 14-7. Houston was moving the ball all over the field. Same play was called, went the opposite direction, but he was just as open.
Here's Gravy. Marcus Hyatt, number 1. Down at the 21-yard line. Another look, Gary.
Hopefully you can watch 3 things on this play. Here's Tillman, but on the other side, number 88, Tyler Carmona, picks the safety on the play. Watch this. Tillman comes off, almost falls down, but watch Carmona, number 88, pick the safety on the play, and that's really what opened it up. Xavier Moss had no chance. I'm surprised that was not seen on the play, but Keenan finally had a bunny, and he made it. A layup. Get ready for basketball, Vern.
Oh, I like that.
That was a bunny.
Yeah. You're on a roll. You've got onions and bunnies into this thing.
Getting you ready for your partner.
Yeah.
Guess who again?
Tyler Campbell.
Guess who made the tackle?
Brendan Clements.
Yep. I'd be running that option the other direction. I'll tell you that right now.
5.5 to go in the third.
He has refused to be blocked on the outside.
2nd down, 5. Poe, top of the screen. Carter hit as he lets it go. It's a duck. Out of bounds, 3rd and 5.
Watch Bernie Serra, number 77. He forces 2 players to take him on the play. He goes into Hugenberg and then forces Mike Houghton to take him, and that really opens it up and puts the pressure on the play from the other almost All-American, Will Anthony.
3rd and 5.
He's a block eater. He just eats up blocks. The Navy defense just looks so different. They just got just a different tempo about it. That front 3 is controlling the line of scrimmage.
Blitz, threatened blitz coming.
Again.
Will Anthony.
Same blitz they used earlier in the game. They blitz, and that frees up Anthony. Thomas comes from the inside, and all of a sudden Will Anthony overpowers and makes the sack. The Navy defense has turned the game, and a great play call by Ivan Jasper on the 1st down play for Navy on the touchdown.
Saw the 4th straight 3 and outs. This is the 6th punt for Tardu. That's 46 yards. Well, December 26th, 2 8-win teams go out to the West Texas town of El Paso.
Yep.
The Miami Hurricanes and the Washington State Cougars tough it out in the Hyundai Sun Bowl right here on CBS.
You're in the Sun Bowl Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah. This is I'm being set up here. I can. You got that smirk.
I don't understand how a guy who's in the Hall of Fame doesn't come to the game. I don't understand.
Oh, I see what I get your pernt.
Now Carter Blackburn will do it again with me this year. We had a great time doing it last year, and you're not getting any mentions this year.
Okay, that's fair. Well, a quick shout out to Jimmy Rogers, who is you might recognize him as the father of the Sun Bowl. Jimmy, Jody are dear friends of ours, but we'll be watching.
Heading out there Christmas Eve and have the game on, the 26th, right?
Yep.
Is that what you just read?
Yes. Yes.
I was thinking of my ad-lib, that's why.
That fell in the middle. Oh, never mind.
Still, just the fullback.
That's Swain again.
You know, a year ago, we talked about the Army defense. It wasn't the fullbacks a year ago. Noah Copeland and Swain were the primary fullbacks a year ago. Copeland had 30 yards. Swain had 47, just 77 yards. Usually, if you can control the fullback, you can control the Navy offense.
3rd down 3. Ball at the 43.5. Only 2 of 9 on 3rd down conversions in the ball game. 4th down. Andrew King, number 11.
You got to hand it to this Army defense. Remember, they held Penn State. This defense held Penn State to just 108 yards rushing in their game against them. They held 5 opponents to under 145 yards rushing. They can play some run defense.
4th down and 3. Bart is on. The one big offensive play in this second half was huge, obviously. A 50-yard touchdown pass, Reynolds to Tillman, that gave Navy the lead. But now they gave up the ball. Fair catch called at the 21-yard line.
Well, the Army team needs to find some yards.
Well, Gary, you're talking about close calls for Army. How about this? Wake Forest with the winning field goal at the clock, 17-14. Rice, a game-winning touchdown pass with 24 seconds left, 38-31. And Tulane, another game-winning field goal as time expired, 34-31.
Yeah, that doesn't even count the Fordham game. They scored to get behind by 2 points with 2:33, went for 2, and did not tie it up. They've had a year like that where nothing has broke their way. But in this game right now, as you look at their second half, Vern told you, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Worse than that, all negatives on the 3 and outs.
Carter comes right. Got him open. It's Poe again.
I'd put a guy on that guy.
That's a concept.
Yeah, I think that if I was going to do something for Navy, if I was going to call down there, I might say, the guy's 6'5", and he's lined up right there at the end of the line of scrimmage. Could one of our guys follow him?
That's a 30-yard gain. And for Poe, his 5th catch for 121 yards. Most in school history. How about that? Up the middle. Kemper,
the little guy. As they talk about him, he's hard to find. He's a little bit faster than Gianquinti. This time he just squeezes through, pops it, and then he's into the secondary. Well, we said they had to find some yards. They did it first by throwing, and then they hit the running play.
That's a gain of 18.
What a good football game, huh?
Isn't it, though? Now they're jumping in the Corps Cadets. Carter gets 2 at right tackle. Daniel Gonzalez, number 58, with the stop.
Look how fast Chris Carter has to make a decision right here. He is reading the defensive end, Will Anthony, okay? As soon as he closes down on the play, he keeps it and follows the next back. You see the defensive end close down, you have to go and keep it. That's how fast this is happening, and why, when you do this well, you can gain yards.
2nd down, 7. Carter keeps, Carter cuts. Carter is caught by Micah Thomas. And the player's down for Navy back at the 29-yard line. That's Daniel Gonzalez.
Inside linebacker for the Navy defense. The fun thing about this game that we don't do enough of is if you go across the front 7 for Navy, They're right outside linebackers from Providence, Kentucky, Cedar Park, Texas, Vail, Arizona, Bartlett, Tennessee, Nashville. Then we got a guy from Pennsylvania right here, Sarah is, and then Jacksonville, Florida. That's covering the nation.
Yes, it is. Well, this is good news. Gonzalez up, walking off unaided. And a 3rd down and 1 with 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's going to happen in the 4th quarter because Army will wait and snap the next one in the 4th quarter.
End of 3. Navy leads it 21-17. We'll return to Philadelphia right after this message and a word from your local station. Navy by 4 as we begin the 4th. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Allie LaForce. Part of the pageantry of this event. At the start of the day, the flyover. Both Army and Navy. And these are the F-18s. And one of the pilots played in this game. There he is receiving a hug right there.
Yeah, Jeff DeLiz, hug from Jeff Munkin. He was a co-captain of the 2007 game. And the reason Jeff Munkin, the Army head coach, came over because Jeff was on that staff at Navy and actually recruited him to come to Navy.
That's a nice gesture. Munkin coming out.
Well,
and
2.
3rd and 1.
Yeah, either a big play here or they don't get it. I think they'll go for it on 4th down. I've been wrong every time.
You're right off.
It doesn't matter. You're right.
3rd and 1.
Don't need it.
Got it. Well, I'm not sure what we expected at the start of the day, but boy, these teams have delivered in an exciting fashion.
You know, Vern, all year we always talk about games and players, and we talk, well, he may turn pro, he may turn pro. One thing that strikes me is all these guys are going to turn pro.
Yeah.
They're just going to be turning pro in the service, and they're all going to represent us. And it's fantastic the way they want to compete, and they all tell us we want to be coached hard, we want to play big-time football, and keep talking about what we're doing wrong and what we're doing right, because that's what we love to do.
Up the middle, inside the 15, Aaron Kemper again. That's his 7th carry. And the Verizon red zone stats for Army. 20 out of 30, 67% above the national average.
There's not a lot of similarities between these teams because of Navy's dominance with their offense. Had a great season. There are a couple similarities, though. Both teams average time of possession all year, 32 minutes each. But in this game, Army's controlling time of possession.
Here's Carter. Oh, they got him.
First mental mistake of the day. Remember when we talked earlier about Keenan Reynolds ducking up and not making a bad play worse? This time, Chris Carter let the outside linebacker for Navy, I think it was DJ Palmore, number 45, just eat him up. That should have been 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 9. That's his first rookie mistake.
Yep. Loss of 4, 3rd and 9, 4-point margin in the ball game. Poe in the slot.
Remember earlier they went out and threw an out route to the outside here. There it is.
Got him, but short of the first down. DeAndre Bell, number 15, made the tackle.
They call it a smash route. What that means is this guy will kind of slow here. This guy runs the corner. So as you come out on the play, you see if you've got the corner route, and if you don't, right in your vision is the smash route.
They will go for the field goal. Gachowski comes on.
Think about that loss of yardage on 2nd down, because that would have been a first down if they would have had 3rd and medium.
This from 29 yards. He had a 52-yarder in this game a year ago in Baltimore. Oh, brother.
And Navy played safe. They didn't even rush.
Sarah celebrates. Grochowski from 29. Ay, ay, ay. How about Bernard Serra? Navy still leads by 4. They are trying to keep the streak alive.
Oh, it's time for our Geico game recap.
Army was first on the board. Grochowski with this 32-yard field goal. He just missed from 29. Keenan Reynolds, 58-yard rushing touchdown to give the Naval Academy a 7-3 lead after the extra point. Tyrus Campbell put Army back on top, 29 yards down the far sideline. And the teeter-totter continued. Keenan Reynolds, 85th rushing touchdown. That is the most all-time. Edgar Allan Poe, 39-yard reception. 17-14, and then Reynolds, who had missed 7 in a row. 50-yard pass to Tillman, who dived in the last couple of yards. And that is where we stand at 21-17, 13 in a row for the guys in blue. And many of them talked about how important keeping the streak alive might be.
Keeping the streak alive is a big deal here. When you come through the door, the first thing you say is, go Navy, beat Army, so it's ingrained.
The seniors before us worked really hard to get the team where they're at right now, and we just want to continue the legacy from the guys before us because tradition means a lot to us.
We don't want to be the class that kind of drops the ball. Every year, Army is our biggest rival, our biggest game, and at the end of the year, that's really the only one that matters.
Thomas Wilson, by the way, was just named a first-team academic All-American. Congratulations to him. Quarterbacks, Keenan Reynolds. He's on the right side. Chris Carter on the left. Handoff up the middle. Chris Swain. And he bangs his way for a first down.
Well, it all comes back to the fullback. You have to take that out of the offense. Army's done a great job of that in this football game. But this time, Navy adjusted. Another good call by Ivan Jasper. They ran the fullback one hole wider and blocked the read man. I know it's a little confusing sometimes, but when you're sitting there on the line of scrimmage for Army, waiting to read the quarterback, all of a sudden the fullback's headed at you. It makes a little different look. Good call.
First down 10. Here's Reynolds. Couple. John Voight with the tackle.
TJ Adamalala, Jordan Smith, and John Voight, the front three for Army, have been very active the whole game, and they have not subbed a lot.
Reynolds cannot shake the tackle. Gets to the 46. Kenneth Brinson, number 56 for Army with the stop. Third and 6. Tillman near side. Try the middle again. Let's.
Well, how about that stop?
Much, yes.
How about that stop for Army? Navy converts half, 50% of their third down plays. They're fourth in the NCAA in conversions on third down. A big stop by Army.
That was TJ Adamalala who made the tackle, and it's 4th and 5. How about this? 0 for the last 8. On third down conversion.
And Navy 2 for 11 in the game. Remember, they're 4th in the country in converting on third down.
Barta, short That'll bounce and rolls to the left, center of the field, and down at the 28. That was a 36-yard punt. 21-17. 9:46 to go. PBS. The Army-Navy game presented by USAA is sponsored by Auto Trader, Napa, USAA, and by Chick-fil-A. And a reminder that at the end of the game, we'll present the Napa Auto Parts Play of the Game. Got a couple of candidates.
I think
in
so.
This one. Yeah. Does the year 99 mean anything to you?
Give me a bigger hint.
Okay. How about 1899?
Wow. That one I didn't remember.
And you're suggesting I did?
Last time.
There they are.
An Army losing record team beat a Navy team that had a winning record.
We talked about this being a game.
Now that's a streak. Now that's a streak.
That is a streak. Forget your 13.
Right. I don't know how many times it's happened where they had an opportunity. And I will say, it's a pretty good Navy team, and Army's in it.
They trailed by 4.
Dropped the snap. Has not been a turnover in the game. There's been some opportunities for turnovers. Fumbled snaps has been a problem all year for this Army football team. They had 7 fumbles in the rain against Penn State when they lost that game just by 6 points. They lost 3 of them. 7 fumbles, and they lost by 6 points.
2nd and 10. Carter. He's got a man open. DeAndre Bell to the 33.
It's the same route over and over and over again. All they do is cross the receivers. One guy goes deep, the other guy goes behind him, and he's wide open again. It's like, it's got to be 4 of those, right?
Yes, oh yeah.
Got to hit, but as long as the ball's gone, you can take those.
DeAndre Bell, 5 receptions coming into the game. He's got 2 now for 45 yards. First down and 10.
Fumble.
Another.
And that's it.
Another fumble.
Quarterback center exchange.
Recovered by Navy's Ted Colburn.
Army has found ways to help Navy since we've been doing this. Remember the Wayne Middleton fumble on the goal line back in 2010. We had the Larry Dixon fumble in 2012. And this one is, We just talked about the quarterback center exchanges against Penn State. And what happens? Possible scoring drive ends up a disaster.
(21-17) following the first turnover of the game, and we're going to get a little practice time in.
Yeah, go real slow. Watch this. This wasn't the quarterback. It hits him in the forearm, and I know the coaches ended up working with Chris Carter. I think this one's more on Matt Hugenberg on this one. He's telling him what he has to do, but I don't think so, Coach. I think when you watch this, you see Matt in behind him. I'll bet you Matt's walking up there and saying, hey, this is me. This is me. See, look at him.
Yeah.
And then what you got to do because of that is go practice the snap like you haven't done this. Oh,
my goodness.
I put the shotgun in right now. Wow.
That's not a good sign. When you have a fumble on the sidelines practicing. You've taught me that too.
It seems, I don't know what to say. You got to get that. You beat Navy, you can't make that mistake.
First down, Reynolds. Boom!
Oh, and he caught it.
But he caught it. Demond Brown. That's the first time I think we've called his name all game long. Nice job.
Well, I think Ivan Jasper was thinking the same thing I was thinking. how do we get somebody else in the offense coming across on the play and making the big hit? I think it was Moss, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Xavier Moss. I've done a lot of Navy games. We did them Notre Dame all the way back. Keenan's first game, Ohio State. Obviously, all these Army-Navy games. I've never seen so few options run by Navy. The slot backs are not even in the game.
No. That's Swain again. And that is his 14th carry of the ball game. He and Reynolds, 14 carries each. Sanders 1, Romine 1. And a team loss of 4.
Yes, but, I'll take, if I'm the Army defense and defensive coordinator Jay Bateman, I'll take the fullback 14 carries, 54 yards. I'll live with that. It's been the big pass play and the big run by Keenan. 2 big plays.
Second down, 5. Up the middle she goes again, Chris Swain. Alex Ackerman, 21, makes the stop there. 3rd and 1.
They're 2 for 11 on 3rd down. They're the 4th best in the country on 3rd down.
Reynolds. Oh, it's going to be close.
I think his second effort.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, the line judge is marking it inside the 45.
Tyler Carmona right here gets a legal block this time. Does a nice job cleaning it up and puts his hand down and knee does not go down.
Right.
Timpf had the tackle, but Keenan Reynolds just did not put that knee on the ground. And now he'll start eating clock.
Interesting. I've got in my notes Tyler Carmona, best blocking of the wide receivers. Yep.
He almost plays a tight end position, real close to the line of scrimmage, just in a 2-point stance.
Quentin Ezell. And Carmona gets up. Felt like he was shoved from behind. Oh, I think he thought he got poked in the eye.
Yeah.
Here's the graphic demonstration of what we're talking about.
And remember, on the over 600 plays that Navy runs this year, the tailback carries the ball about 25% of the time. 125 times the tailback position has run the ball. So in this game, they're not part of the offense. Same look all the time. 2 safeties, nothing to read of the line of scrimmage. He's just letting the clock run down. He's playing clock at this time.
Can't get outside this time. That's Jordan Smith again, number 57. And it's going to be 3rd down. 5 minutes to go.
Well, he has done a great job this whole football game. Jordan Smith gets inside the block, somewhat of a poor block that time. I don't know, was it Brandon Green or was it Robert Lindsay, number 75, the tackle, that did not get that reach block.
3rd and 7. Ezell is the fullback. Fourth down. Another lack of conversion on 3rd down.
I think that was Alex Ackerman, number 21, that got that one from behind. This time it's the option. Ackerman, look at him just eject the block that time from Damon Brown, number 25. He rejects it, and that's what you get, the general on your side. Or the band leader, I'm not sure which one.
4th and 6. Clock at 5.
If I was Kenny, I would not take a timeout here. I would just let it go and take a. Oh, he's going to take a timeout. I'd just take a delay
just
a game.
take the delay and let the punter come on.
Unless he's going to go for it.
Navy.
That is their first.
If you punt, why use it?
21-17, 3:43 to go. Timeout taken by Ken Niamatololo. It's 4th down and 6.
Yeah, I mean, I know, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead, but unless you can punt.
Yeah. I would think let's put on the brakes.
Yes. You got it. Your defense has been dominating.
Yep.
The only thing now, with 3:43 to go for Army, when you give them the ball, unless something really bad happens, they get way behind the sticks. It's going to be 4-down territory for Jeff Munkin's offense.
Edgar Poe had a 50-yard return in the early moments of this game. He's back. Barta to punt. Might be too far. Oh, it was close.
Has good eyes.
Yeah. I just took a chance.
Exactly.
Damn the torpedoes. Well, the most significant fumble in my years of doing this with you was 2012.
Remember, Keenan Reynolds had just in his freshman year brought Navy back to score. And then in the midst of the streak, Trent Steelman and Larry Dixon, their two best football players that day, were not on the same page.
And they lost that game by 4.
And as the great writer Bill Lyon from the Philadelphia Inquirer wrote the other day, the greatest 5.5 minutes in sports is the 5.5 minutes after the Army-Navy game. We'll always remember those 5.5 minutes.
You bet. Army has all 3 timeouts left. Here's Carter, first year. Goes deep, double coverage, tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Laurentez Barber.
Well, Navy gave Carter an opportunity, but Chris Carter did not see it. Listen, he's not that far along as a passer. This is a tough situation. He's been throwing to out wide open guys, but watch right down the middle. If he would have taken about 5 steps and gunned it down the middle, he had him. Still time, though, for Army to get the ball back for their offense.
Army has turned it over on each of its last 2 possessions. A fumble and interception.
They got all their timeouts.
Yep.
They could get the ball back. And the timeouts are more valuable on defense to use them because on offense, first downs stop the clock. So let's see what they do.
Reynolds tucks it. Picks up 3. Maybe 4.
Jeff Munkin takes his timeout. He's going to play this hand right now.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Vern.
One more look, Gary, at the interception.
Yeah, it went outside. Listen, he's been living on the outside of these formations. You really can't blame him. He's just not that advanced in the passing attack.
Right here in Philadelphia, the Ram postgame show coming up as soon as this one is in the books.
Well, Jeff Munkin's turned his cards over. He's all in. They have to get a stop on these 3 downs.
It goes to Swain, and it'll be 3rd and a couple. Timeout with 3:17 to go. Third down, 2. 21-17.
I'll tell you, Vern, listen, it's Keenan Reynolds. If Navy has the guts to call some kind of keeper bootleg or he has a run-pass option, the whole Army team is selling out as if it's goal line defense right now.
Swain is the fullback. Gets the call from Reynolds on 3rd and 2.
A late shift by Army. Keenan Reynolds was going to change the play.
Offense, number 61, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Keenan saw the late shift and decided to call off that play. He killed it. You'd go kill, and call a different play. But from the outside, Brandon Green, the right tackle, just thinks it's a go.
And that makes it 3rd and 7 from the 41.
Remember, Jeff Monken told Allie, it's all about execution. It's a long game. We have to execute the rest of the game to win.
Navy calls time. Each team has 1 remaining. Jeff Monken's second year, he said, I know we've only won 2 games. We won 4 a year ago, but we have improved.
Well, there's no doubt about that. They have. I mean, when you lose 5 games by less than 7 points, 6 points or less, you can see the progress. Everybody who followed Army football thought there'd be a slight step back this year. They've improved, but so has Navy.
Yeah.
Navy's a better team too this year.
3rd down 7. After the penalty, Navy the second least penalized team in college football.
Remember, if you run it, it's going to cost Army their last time out.
Tillman is in tight. Roll out. Reynolds goes deep. 4th down.
I think that was going to be the call no matter what. It looked like the same blocking pattern that was going to happen before, and Keenan got out of that play on 3rd and short. Bootleg out. Same look. Oh, he could have ran up there for 4 or 5 yards, but he thought he could get the deep one.
How about this? Navy is now 3 of 14 on 3rd down conversions. It's 4th down.
Well, you need to. Navy's going to pooch punt this ball down there, aren't they? Is it Cam the Torpedoes? Did he turn his hat around backwards?
No, I don't think so. Well, some are biting their nails.
Well, yards are more important than forcing Army. Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to be 4th down. The clock would stop no matter what here if they ran a 4th down play and don't make it. They're going to punt.
Yep.
Took a delay of game.
And it's declined.
Delay of game. Offense. Penalties declined.
Yep.
4th down.
21-17, 3:12 to go.
Still plenty of time.
Get the ball back. Fourth and 7. This will be Barta's 10th punt of the game. 10. Poe is at the 10 in case. They start to come. And it limps into the end zone.
We saw this play already, didn't we?
Yeah. You'll notice I didn't say anything.
Yes. Well, here we go again.
Yes, indeed.
Chris Carter survived the interception. The only thing different right now, instead of 3 timeouts, he has 2 timeouts. The time off the clock is really meaningless. He only has 1 timeout, excuse me. They burned 2 timeouts. He's only got 1 left.
Navy won last year 17-10. In 2013, in a raging snowstorm, Navy won 34-7. It was a 4-point game in 2012 and a 6-point game in 2011. Here we go. 1st and 10 with 3:03 to go. Carter Deep down the middle, got a man open, and he caught it! Tyler Campbell!
Remember we drew that one earlier with the guy down the middle? They came right back to it. Little different formation, but they decided to attack the middle of this Navy defense. The safeties split, and they go right between them. That's good coaching from the press box. They went downstairs and said, let's try to attack where they're not.
That's a gain of 35. Carter, pitch, perfect. Out of bounds, Jordan Asbury. Quincy Adams with the tackle.
Well, he waited until the last second to pitch this. Got to the second level. He got to the safety, Lorentez Barber, number 2, before he pitched it. I got to say, Vern, if this is a scoring drive by Army, by Chris Carter, the freshman, this one will go. Roger Staubach will stand up and clap for this drive.
I think you're right. I know you're right. Second down 4 at the 39. 2:15 to go. Quick flip. It's a head. Wide receiver pass toward the end zone. Intercepted. Daquan Thomason. DeAndre Bell threw it.
You got to admire the Navy defense. They stayed home here. Trick play. Receiver goes down the middle. The slot right down the middle. Thomason turns around and handles the ball in the air. A tremendous play by the Navy defense. Army said, let's try to get it all in one chunk.
There's DeAndre Bell, who threw the pass.
Was it? Yeah, here we go. Some side's always happy. It's now 3 turnovers, right?
Yes, on the last 3 possessions.
Right, so 3 turnovers. Think about this for Army. They had 3 turnovers in the 4th quarter and a missed field goal.
And that miss was from 29 yards.
I'm really surprised they took the ball out of Chris Carter's hands. He's been playing that play all day. He just hit a big one, and you give it to a wide receiver to throw it. They're great when they work.
Yeah.
You'll second guess yourself for 365 days when they don't.
Second down 9. Navy has not turned it over. And they still haven't.
They've only done it 5 times all year. Fumbles and 1 interception. And it came back as well as Army played. It came back again. As we'll see one more play here, and then they're going to have to punt with a few seconds.
Yep. That is the final Army timeout.
Two interceptions and a fumbled quarterback center exchange. And a missed field goal in between to make it good. Because think about it. If Krachowski makes the field goal, they don't need to run that trick play right there.
Exactly.
Daniel Krachowski also missed a field goal in the 4th quarter early in the season against Wake Forest. In the 4th quarter, 29-yard field goal. No, excuse me, 39-yard field goal.
3rd and 7.
They've lost 5 games by less than 7 points. This could be number 6. Wow. Yeah, nobody but Keenan is going to ball in this spot. Okay, they're going to have to punt it with about, 20 seconds to go in the game.
Precisely.
Michigan State and Michigan says, lot of time.
4th down. About 23 seconds, maybe 20. Let's see. 21-17. Think back, Keenan Reynolds had missed 7 passes in a row, and then he hits a big one. 4th and 4.
Navy took their last timeout.
And so it's time now for the play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. It was just 3 plays ago, Gary.
Yes. Remember, Army had just got the ball down there on the long pass, and they decided to go with the gimmick play. Down the middle, trying to get it to Tyler Campbell again. But Thomason, Daquin Thomason, stays home and then goes up and gets the ball. I thought perhaps Kenny Niumatalolo would instruct his punter to take a safety here. That would be safe, but it would also put a field goal into losing the game. So it looks like they're going to have to try to pump. They've decided they're going to try to pump the ball.
Poe is perched at the 44. Alex Barta with his 11th punt of the game.
He bobbled it.
Wow.
Shades of
But
Michigan
then he
State,
nails
Michigan.
it. Here's Poe. "11 seconds to go."
Watch almost the mishandle.
Whoa!
Interesting. Army did not have the block on. They went with the return.
Yeah, I thought they might come after him.
Yes, and if they would have, who knows? Well, unless I know Aaron Rodgers can throw it this far from here.
Yes.
I'm not sure that anybody at Army can throw it that far. Maybe they could get 10, 12 yards on one down and then get in range to throw a deep one on the next one.
It's A.J. Shure who was in at quarterback. Or was it Bradshaw? It was Shure. Nope.
I think it was Brandon Jones, number 3, wasn't it, that was in the game?
Yes, you're right.
He must have the biggest arm.
Beg your pardon. Luke Langdon. We did not expect to see
fourth quarterback.
Yes, exactly. He's not on our depth chart, candidly. Here he is again. No. Into the end zone. Alley-oop. Incomplete. Game over.
On this play, Army put in Kelvin White, a former quarterback who's been playing tight end. I guess he's the guy that can throw it the farthest. And this time, nothing. Army tried every quarterback they had. He's heard what he said. What a game.
Yes, indeed. Allie is with Keenan Reynolds.
Keenan, congratulations. The streak is still alive, and you can now say that you went through your entire career at Navy without ever losing to Army. You're the first quarterback to go 4-0 in this rivalry game. How did this one match up to the rest?
This one, it was the toughest by far. I mean, 4 years in a row, 4 rivalry games, and to go 4-0 in this rivalry game, it's, it's a lot of pressure. But, you know, I think they've gotten, man, wow, they played a heck of a game, and they were clicking on all cylinders, and I think that the only reason we were able to kind of stay ahead of them was we didn't turn the ball over, and that was our big deal coming in, is no turnovers, and that was the reason why we were able to come out with a victory today.
We want you to sing with your team, so congratulations and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And he gets to sing second. Kenny Niumatalolo.
Great job.
8-0 against Army.
Keenan said, I think the exact key to the game, it was the turnovers. 2 of them were critical. One in between, obviously hurt, but they did get the ball back. But that fumbled quarterback-center exchange is going to be that's going to be a nightmare.
Army will sing first.
Of the West Point alma mater.
And a moment ago, during the Army alma mater, the Navy coach. And for the 14th consecutive time, the Midshipmen of Navy will sing second. Let's go down to Allie, who is with Ken Niumatalolo.
Coach, congratulations on keeping the streak alive. You're now 8-0 against Army, but this is about so much more than the records. Emotions just pouring out of you right now. Why so emotional?
I love these guys. You got to give Army credit. They played a really good game. Just love the kids that I coach. Very fortunate to coach such great young men. They're going to serve our country, and I just love those guys.
There was so much talk about Keenan Reynolds and this offense coming into the game, but it was the defense that ended it on 2 interceptions, a full team effort. What were you most proud of?
Just proud that we kept fighting. Like I said, give Army credit. They played really well, but our kids are resilient, and they found a way to get a W.
It's been 4 great years with Keenan Reynolds. How do you sum that up?
I wish him the best of luck. He's meant so much to our program and our school. Just a great ambassador for our school, and just, again, I love that kid too.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Al.
Vern, when I was watching them sing and those faces, everyone talks about so much of what separates us in our great country. Look at that. Look at what brings us together. Those faces right there.
You certainly must be moved by this event. It's one of the best Saturdays of the fall. So for Gary Danielson and Allie DeForce, I'm Vern Lundquist. Congratulations to the Naval Academy. A huge thank you to the men and women of CBS Sports. The Ram postgame show is up next. After these messages, back to New York.